What's going on in Whirling Sports? Back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Darius Slayton, as the New York Giants a few days ago did extend Darius Slayton, our wide receiver, of course, to a 2-year, $12 million deal. My apologies for being late on this video. I'm a couple days late. Just we had a busy last few days and had a couple of videos out. On Jihad Ward, and of course in Paris Campbell. Just been trying to keep up with this busy Giants offseason. But the Giants do re-sign Slayton for the next 2 years at $12 million, $6 million per season. And I think that's a good deal for the Giants. I really do. A lot of people are saying $6 million. That's a bit of an overpay, but I don't know, how you could say that. Darius Slayton was the leading receiver on this Giants team for 3 of the past 4 years. And, I just think that it makes a ton of sense for us to bring him back. And at the end of the day, $6 million is not a lot of money. It really isn't. When you're looking at what some of these wide receivers are getting paid, that definitely is. It's a team and player friendly deal. Now, looking at Slayton in his 59 career games, he started 40 of those. He has 170 catches for 2,554 yards with 15 touchdowns. He's probably Daniel Jones' leading receiver. I don't know exactly if he is, but I would think he is. He's been with Daniel Jones all 4 years he's been in the league, and Daniel Jones has been with him all 4 years he's been in the league. And they have some sort of connection that anybody else the Giants were to bring in here wouldn't have that connection with Daniel Jones. That's the number one reason I think this makes sense. You can't bring in a bunch of new guys and just hope that they automatically gel with Jones. Jones needs that one guy, who he knows and he's been around. So I think that makes a ton of sense, bringing back Darius Slayton. And I think this still doesn't make, and I thought that the Giants were out on Slayton when they signed Paris Campbell. I really did, but you look at this Giants wide receiving core, and I don't think it's complete. I definitely don't think it's done. But it's got a lot of speedy guys. And Joe Shane, he talked about it. Him and Brian Dable want wide receivers who are speedy and can create quick separation. And that's exactly what guys like Paris Campbell, Darius Slayton, that's what these guys do. And, I would expect them to either trade for a wide receiver 1 or draft a number 1 wide receiver in the first round. That's what I would expect the Giants to do with that one more. Is OBJ a possibility? Maybe, but is it the most likely? No. Right now, it's probably the most likely that the Giants in the first or second round of this year's draft take a wide receiver and groom them up to be the number 1 receiver on this team. Now, it's also entirely possible that the Giants don't just bring in 1 more. They bring in 2 or 3 more wide receivers. I don't think that that's impossible either. But at the end of the day, looking at it, the Giants have a decent wide receiver core now, right? Of course, they added Paris Campbell to it, and Darren Waller's not a wide receiver, but he's a weapon for Daniel Jones. So you could view that as a weapon. You take a look at Lamar Jackson. He has no good receivers, really, but he has Mark Andrews, who is his number 1 weapon, and that's kind of how it's going to be for Daniel Jones. His number 1 weapon, I would think, at least this season, will be 2, the main 2 will not be wide receivers. Darren Waller, the tight end, and Saquon Barkley, the running back. Those are probably by far his 2 best weapons. Now, is he going to go to them the most? That remains to be seen. We don't know, but he's obviously going to target them a lot. And, maybe that alpha receiver doesn't come this year for the Giants, but it certainly will in the near future for the Giants, whether that's via the trade, whether that's OBJ, or whether that is, whoever we may draft in the first 2 rounds. I still do, though, think that we're going to draft, no matter what happens, unless we trade for a number 1 receiver. I think in the first 2 picks that the Giants have, there will be a wide receiver selected. I would right now probably think a cornerback and receiver is the most likely, but we will see when that time comes. I'm going to have tons of draft content to bring you guys, and of course, as we go through this offseason. But I'm really happy that the Giants brought back Slayton. I think that it's an important need for the Giants. I think it's certainly a strong and a good signing. 2 years, $12 million. It's a good contract. $6 million a year for Slayton. To keep doing what he's done. Give us 600-700 yards And then that should be good for the Giants. But, guys, that is all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the Giants bringing in Slayton. What do you think this means the rest of the way in terms of the wide receiving core? Who do you think we bring in? I like the move. I still think that there's work to be done, though, and I think that work will be done and get done. I think the Giants are not done at wide receiver, and I certainly don't think that they'll be done by the end of this offseason. They're going to be bringing in, a few more guys over the years. In terms of offensive weapons for Jones, but I'm excited to see that. I like the move. You guys let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys on the next video, and as always, let's go Giants.